Good afternoon and welcome to our affirmation cards part 3. We had quite a few people ask that I do another webinar. They want to think about affirmations. They want to do cool things with affirmations. And some people wrote to say, wow, I had no idea how doing affirmations consistently could have such a subtle but big difference in my life. Well, guys, I'm here to tell you that the truth of the matter is those of us who work at it really work at it. We really work at being positive. We really work at finding virtues. This is not something that just happens or that nice people who have an easy childhood or anything like that can work because of being human beings the way we are, we all struggle from time to time with fatigue or mental fatigue or soul fatigue. And unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's just not. That's our friend from Dr. Seuss, who said that the implication is if you care, you will take action. Action is really important. I'm always big on let's start with something simple. I don't ask you to change 18 things at once. The reason being, I'm older than most of you, and I have been knocked around by my own mistakes. No matter how good my intentions have been, I have made mistakes along the way. And not having been properly schooled from the beginning in appropriate ways to deal with disappointment or appropriate ways to express our inability to control others, or I could make a whole big list. But for years, and I go back to the days of Leo Buscaglia, I accepted the fact that everything can work out really well if you give it a chance. And Leo Buscaglia was very good about from the beginning. He said about 40, 50 years ago, if you expect really good things to happen, that's what will take place. And I remember listening to him speak at a lecture and thinking to myself, wow, this guy's a psychologist and he's over the top. But little by little, over the years, I experimented myself with positive affirmations, positive statements of intent, positive, I'm going to have a good day no matter what else is going on. And I have been honestly amazed about what has happened. And I am very grateful. But I still work at it. People who get in the car with me they often laugh because they'll see Louise Hay CDs that I listen to. They will see CDs that Connie Boucher made years ago called Shine On, that was about shining your own light and expressing good things. I carry with me little things I've printed out from Facebook that are positive and thoughtful statements because my mind works very fast. And when you have a really quick brain, like most of you, you're quick to criticize, you're quick to evaluate, and maybe not the most positive way. Don't know why we're programmed like that, but a lot of us are. So I work really hard by destroying my own circle of unfriendly for my body. When I developed this particular deck of cards, it's because I really wanted to hand something to people that was psychologically acceptable, that would help them break down their own barriers. The reason it is white writing on pink is because probably 50 or 60 years ago, when color therapy started to come into vogue because we had such rich colors available to us, we discovered that if people wore pink and this particular shade of pink, that their opponents or people who might wanted to have conflict with them were totally discouraged. that pink was the color of, oh, okay, I think you have a really good idea. Oh, okay, I think you're going to be really good with yourself. So when you're looking at the cards and you're reading, I am breathing in faith and love, and you're using any oils. You can use any group of 3, 2, or 1 that are on the card. When you make the statement, that's the important part. You break your own habits within your head that may be less than helpful. Like if we are being very, very critical of ourselves and we've decided, we need punishment or whatever, you need to get it that you can break up the circle. If you have a list, sometimes people will tell me, well, my coach in high school gave me a list of all the negative things about me physically. Or my uncle, who was drunk at one Christmas fair, said something to me that was really unpleasant. And ever since then, I always believed that about myself. Well, when you start making the list of negative things, your body is automatically going to remember where it came from. So I'm suggesting you start a list of your own virtues. I'm suggesting that you work with one virtue at a time. I'm suggesting that you work with any oils. I gave you suggestions because I believe in rhythm. I have seen the rhythm and the tempo of statements and how they work out really well. Or you can make bad things happen even faster if you say it often enough. And let's review the self hug. You're going to take frankincense and wild orange, put it in the right palm of your hand, and then rub that on your left shoulder. Not only does that smell great, but while you're doing that and you're really focused on your self hug, your self acceptance, whatever your phrase is for the day, and you're using the self hug technique. That's just one of them. I'm going to give you another one in a minute. You're breaking up patterns that may have felt normal to you, but maybe weren't in your best interest. People ask me all the time, why do you believe in affirmations? Why do you ask people to say them over and over again? Well, I didn't create them. I have just seen the benefits. Freedom from distractions. You can wake your mind up to participate with positive change. If you use affirmations, you can allow a new perspective to occur. If you use affirmations, you're going to be more aware of virtues because when you tip the boat in a positive direction to go downstream with the flow of the ocean instead of trying to paddle upstream, you will find you have more peace, you're more calming, and what this world needs is more peace and calm. We don't need exciting people repeating, oh, there was another disaster in Hoboken today. Disaster repeating helps no one. Affirmations will help you stay calm, will help you stay peaceful in spite of what's going on around you. And peaceful expectations are great because if you approach a situation like the holidays are coming up and Debbie and I are going to do a routine and we have new jokes and new funny stories to tell you this year about Thanksgiving and Christmas and how to deal with challenging in-laws and outlaws. But if you approach any situation with a peaceful expectation, because you're not going in with your fists ready, you probably will be greeted with other people who are also relieved we're going to have a peaceful experience. The law of attraction really works whether we want to pay attention to it or not. I snuck this in because I think it's cute. This is a physician speaking to a gentleman. We've exhausted all conventional measures. One last desperate option is to put you on an alternative, isn't that what that says? Alternative natural medicine that has a 96% success rate. Okay? So the patient obviously was complaining the medication didn't work. So the doctor said, well, okay, I give up. I don't know what other tests to run. So why don't we try Mother Nature? And Mother Nature always leans towards success. Mother Nature is so cool and does everything really well. So with our access to really extraordinary oils and extraordinary nutraceuticals, you're very fortunate. Like, I clip out things like this and carry it with me because it's all about you liking you. And when you like you, everything gets better. You're beautiful like a rainbow. Who doesn't get excited about seeing a rainbow? A rainbow is extraordinary. So if you give yourself feedback like is on this list, and it doesn't matter what you pick, if you write down the words I am, and you fill it in with something that is reasonable and fun for you, then you will draw to you, I am open to receive prosperity. So you're going to be more open to prosperity. I am open to receive love. I am lovable. I am kind. These are just examples. You can look this up on Facebook. That's where I found it. I love Facebook. The best pretty pictures are on Facebook. When you make a clear statement of positive intention, and Louise Hay, of course, is the queen of all of this, you have to craft things that work for you. The deck of cards with the positive intentions are seriously meant to support people when they have identified they want to change something. It's kind of like if you want a new roommate. You have to clean out an extra bedroom. You have to clean out a closet. You have to clean out shelves in the refrigerator. You have to clean out areas to make space for the new roommate, don't you? Well, in order to make space for the positive identification of your virtues, you need to spend less time with your negative old habits or your old experiences because it hasn't served you well. The secretive change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So, if you say, I am happy with the early fall weather and the abundance of extraordinary leaves that have fallen across my 20-minute walking path, that's focusing on something that's very present and right now. When you are focused on, when I get home, I'm going to do all my follow-up phone calls and I'm going to be done by noon and I'm going to feel relieved. When you make a statement of intent that helps you with action, the amount of peace and calming, the amount of your lining up your core energy is quite extraordinary. It's why when you talk to yourself and you say, I am drawing to me more prosperity, happily it shows up and you have the awareness of it. When we start people off, we start them with simple things like, I am enough. I can do it. Whatever phrases are appealing to you. On my 20-minute walks every day, I pick 2 affirmations and I say them over and over again. Today's was, I love my muscles and circulatory system because they are thriving in this new fall weather. And my second one was, every day in every way, I am better and better. And those were a rhythm that I could walk to, and I just said them inside myself over and over again. And I was done with my 20-minute walk in no time at all. It happened very quickly. Once you believe, there are signs everywhere. When you use affirmations, you start believing anything is possible. You stop assigning limitations to yourself and to others. when you say things like, everyone I meet is helpful and supportive. When you make statements like that, you can be genuinely surprised at how receptive other people are to supporting what your goal is. You'll be surprised how quickly you master your new habits that you are verbalizing. How more good energy people can find you, and how clear your own virtues are and appear to you. That's why the pink card deck is so effective. I am so grateful to people who have been writing in and telling me, I love my affirmation deck. I love it. I use it all the time. One lady wrote to me and said, I'd never had a meeting in my house before, but you told me at Aroma Tools when you were talking about the affirmation cards that if I had a party and had everybody come in and pull a card and we sat around the table and just talked about the oils from their card and how appropriate it was, that they would all sign up. And of course they did. Well, she was so sweet. I really didn't guarantee her everyone would sign up. What I did say was that it's a great starting off place, and then you don't have to be worried about, oh, I don't want to ask my friends for money. Oh, I don't want to do this because it's too scary. Have fun with it. These are all virtue cards. And when you say things like, I'm open to accepting abundance in all areas of my life, no one can be offended. And you take the grapefruit, the lang lang, the peppermint, you just have people smell it. And you could say, peppermint is the action word here. If you want things to move at a better pace, we're going to use peppermint. If you want things to be smooth and peaceful, we're going to use a little lang lang. And you know, grapefruit is excellent for breaking up any blockages we may have put in our way just to keep us from getting hurt. Grapefruit is great about breaking up, I call them old crustaceans. Get them off the barnacles off the bottom of your boat. Just do it. You can do it. Everything is really good for you. Remember, we don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. In my life, my challenges have been about my attitude. I really work very hard at seeing the positive, negotiating in positive ways, working with people who have been in pain for a long time to negotiate with them, to open up that little crack that says, well, if I try this for just a little while, it could make a big difference. And surprisingly, it really does. Please use the affirmation cards. Please have fun with them. Like I said, people use them for parties. People use them to carry them with them. One lady was sending out invitations to a Halloween party, and she bought 2 decks because she was inviting that many people, and she put them inside her invitations. And she said she never had so many quick responses as the people who got the invitations and called her and said, I love this affirmation card. This is so cool. Can we try some of the oils while we are there? So she's very excited about her party, but I thought, hey, that's another great way to do it. I had no idea. I love calla lilies because they are wholly unique, like so many of God's flowers, but I do love calla lilies. Today is the 3rd of October, and all the new products are available through doTERRA. If you are trying to order some and you haven't been able to, I have a list of the SKU numbers on my Facebook page. If you put in the SKU number and the product has been entered, then you're going to be fine. You are totally fine. Everything is going to work out by the end of the week. And I thank you for your comments, and I thank you for your ideas and your input on how to use the cards. And I hope this has been helpful. I hope you understand it's a choice. I love my friend Jennifer Belchak. She's out in Washington State or Oregon. I can't remember which one, Jen. I'm sorry. Anyhow, she likes to take her affirmation card and take it with her in the car. She hangs it from the rear view mirror so she can always keep it in mind. She's a musician and an artist. She's really gifted. She has children, and one of the children is one of the challenged geniuses. And we're so grateful she shares her stories with us. But she found a different kind of use for the cards because she takes it with her. And when she starts to worry about things she can't control, these are her words, she said, I just read my card and I know everything is going to work out. You're taking control of you. You're confirming your virtues. You're confirming you are loving and lovable. And that's what this is all about. You can do this. Doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're starting and you're 87. It doesn't matter. You can feel better about you. Thank you for joining us today. If you haven't had a chance to pick up the cards or you're thinking about getting some for the holidays, our friends at Aroma Tools have them for you. Friends we have in Las Vegas, Essential Oil Gears, have them. Our friends in Arizona, everybody's got them for you. Don't wait to the last minute. Thank you for being here.